tomorrow night, MCG, round one gets underway. At the Footy Show, of course.
The panel, Jim, let's get the panel on, the greatest panel ever.
Before we get to the panel, Bill, let's tell everyone what's on this massive edition of the Footy Show. John Worsfold, brand new coach of the Essendon Footy Club, is in here tonight. Can't wait to chat to him.
What about the panel?
Big pre-season, Bill. One of the rising stars of the comp, Jesse Hogan. We speak to him live. The Footy Show Stakes, already been a massive hit. Round three of that, of course. We're hoping the force doesn't get anywhere near the lectern so that we can keep the rant under control.
The panel?
And best in Footy Show is coming up. And that is round two. So, Bill,
yes,
we have got a big Footy Show for everyone, not only here in the Dockland studios, but at home, of course.
and we got the panel, Jim.
Bill, shut up. Let's get the panel out and let's start with the Messiah from Adelaide, now at Geelong, the superstar Paddy Dangerfield. He's on the Footy Show. And joining him, four-time premiership legend of the Hawks, Luke Hodge. Tell you what, there's some swagger attached to that twosome, Bill.
Well, the two of the greatest ever.
Two of the greats, four-time premiership legend of the Hawks, of course. Speaking of legends, this man here, 303-game superstar for Geelong, has, since he's retired, been the biggest name in football, bar none. Put your hands together for the one and only John Sammy Newman.
The Fox.
Watch out here. Do your coat up when you're out. I want to just say this before I start. They'll get annoyed that I'm saying this.
Yes.
But Rob over there, he's got a lot of letters. People want to know what the suit and all that stuff we wear. So this is a
Woodstock. Cambridge. Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Yep.
Yes.
The shirt is Van Houston. The shoes are Aquila, and the socks are Three Chiefs. Oh. So everyone wears the Three Chiefs
and
socks.
the chocks.
So you don't have to ride in anymore.
No, thank you.
Because they think the gear looks good.
Oh, it looks very good.
They don't think I look good. They think the gear looks good.
No, you're looking very sharp there, Force.
Well done, Force.
We're down a member.
What?
You're down a member.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Well, we're introducing him now because he wanted a special individual one.
Entrance.
This is, speaking of legends and premiership players for Hawthorn, this is Shane Crawford we're talking about.
Hi, Danger. How are you? How are you? Not happy with you. First show.
Me?
You put me down. Disrespected. Remember, you said this?
Who was the better footballer, yourself or Shane Crawford?
Do you want big, strong, powerful people to get the ball out of the ruck and the pack and get it down to the small, dwarf-like creatures who annoy the shit out of most people? He was a great player, but I was greater.
Now, before you go on, I didn't want to have to do this. I don't want to have to show you my trophies, but I'm going to have to do this. Now, this was the MVP voted by all my peers. Very special trophy. Just wait. Here are my best and fairest. Oh, I won 4. What did you win? OK. Oh, what else have we got? Oh, I represented Australia. As a matter of fact, I was the captain, and we went back-to-back. First time ever. Hey! Not only that.
What else you got?
Here somewhere, somewhere I've got a premiership medallion.
What else?
Oh, I've got a little Brownlow medal there. I've got a wonderful premiership medallion, which I shared with Luke Hodge, which was awesome. And I got a premiership cup, which is real, which shows I was a team player as well. What else have I got in here?
Very, very impressive.
What else have I got in here? All I can say is not only was I a better player than you, I had a better do as well. All right? I won't go on. That'll do. I don't want to have to prove myself, but I think I just did.
How does that sound?
And by the way, audience, I'm happy to do photos during the break. Okay? All right.
How does that sit with your force?
Shane's analytical skills stem mainly from having his VCR hooked up to Play School. Let me tell you this. I am ostensibly a 400-game player for a start. I missed 5 seasons through injury, and I played 303 games. That's just for a start. Secondly, to win a Brownlow medal...
Sorry, didn't you play 306?
305, that's correct, yeah. 305.
Luke,
and not only that, if you look at that...
Luke.
As a ruckman and you take a big, strong mark, you kicked 100 goals, someone kicked 224. Well,
Luke.
You need a knockout punch,
Luke, were you
Come
not...
over here and say that.
Were you not...
You need a knockout punch.
Were you not cognizant of what I just said? I said I was ostensibly a 400-game player.
We've all got injured, mate. I was just letting you know that he played more
5
games than you.
seasons I missed through injury. Right?
Come on, Frost.
You played 250 games on the bench.
Secondly, do you know how many... You have to play 8 good games in your whole career to win a Brownlow medal. Do you know that?
How many did you win?
Pardon?
How many did you win?
How many...
Oh, good one!
Winning a Brownlow medal doesn't make you a great player. It means you were great
means
for
you're
8...
pretty good.
It does not necessarily mean that, mate. It means you were good for 8 games.
So you couldn't get 8
Winning
games
a
to win a Brownlow?
premiership... What?
You couldn't play that good game.
Come on, Fox. I'm with you. I'm still with you, just.
And thirdly,
Quickly.
I want to ask anyone, you ask anyone, all things being equal, would you rather, at the peak of their form, a small, stunted dwarf who runs round ankle-tapping people and dazzling people with his oversized teeth?
Yes.
Or would you want someone who controls the centre, marks, gets the ball down to the riffraff like this? Ask someone who would be first picked out of him and me. I'll tell you one thing that has happened.
Okay, settle down. It's all right. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you one thing that has happened since we've both stopped. You've turned into a fat little barrel. You're a fat little piggy. You're a little piggy, you are. You're a fat piggy. You're a pog. What's wrong with you?
You've had to take it into a
Look how
personal
fat
area.
you are.
I've added a few on. I've sort of put a few on, but anyway, I think we should
like triplets with one head. You are huge. No, look at you.
You've got yourself back into the argument late, Force. You were looking like you were going out in straight sets there for a minute. Now, Luke Hodge is a Hawthorn royalty. It's great to have him in here, Hodgie. You're a brilliant four-time premiership player. 3 of them in a row, and of course captain of the last couple, so your resume is extraordinary. How hard has the pre-season been for you and the senior boys to come back after 4 straight grand finals and 3 wins?
The motivation's the same as every other player in the league. You play football for one reason, that's to win premierships, and we've got the same desire as what every other player has.
Even after you won 4 of them?
I think we had, I guess, 2009 was a bad memory for us, and a lot of the players were still there, remember that vividly. So we've told a lot of the guys how bad that feeling was. So anything that we can do to stop that happening again, we're gonna do, and that's why the motivation's so high.
Yeah. And don't get too far ahead of yourself, mate. Is it true? I know this is a rhetorical question. Is it true that someone told you that you're 1 injury away from not being there, from being dropped, from not getting a game?
Many opposition supporters?
No.
The coach.
Clarko says a lot of things to us.
Did he say that?
That we're one. Oh,
Did he say that you're
30,
1 injury away from not being here?
No, he said to a few of the older guys, if you have a serious injury,
You're one of them.
it could be. I am one of them. It could be close to the end of your career, but that's common knowledge. If once you get past 30, any serious injury, it takes 18, 24 months to get over.
So that
You're
was
probably not gonna
yes.
be there.
He did say that to you.
Well, not straight on, but similar words to that.
What about being able to reflect, Hodgie, on what you've done? I mean, there must have come a time when you could sit down and actually think about the fact that you've just won 3 premierships in a row.
Sorry, James, I was not saying that.
Did he say that if you get injured... What was all that bullshit? Did he say if you get injured, you won't be here?
He had a number of things saying... What he said was...
Did he
it
say
doesn't matter.
that?
He said it doesn't matter about your birthday. He said a whole range of things. But he said, don't forget, you're only one injury away from finishing. Sorry.
Can you
Jim.
sit and reflect? Do you ever get that opportunity while you're playing to actually think, you know what, we've just won 3 flags in a row and I'm now a premiership captain and a 2-time Norm Smith medalist?
Not really. I guess at the end of it, you sort of catch up with family and friends. But after 2 weeks, you've got to start running and training, preparing for the next pre-season. So I guess the time to reflect is when you finish your career. I guess if you
When's
look back...
that going to be?
Depends if we have a serious injury or not. Well, that's it. When's that going to be? Who knows? As long as we're still playing good football, yeah.
Well, you're certainly doing that. We can't wait to watch the Hawks in action this year. Now, speaking of people in action, Bill,
yes.
you were the king of Geelong.
Were?
Yep, the king.
What are you saying, Jim?
Well, there's no question that you certainly were.
Well, let's have a look, Jim. We haven't seen this for a while. Let's hit the videotape. Here we go. This is only... Wait for it. There we go. Sandy Roberts, you're a star, Sandy. And that was a long time ago. And what we thought we'd do, I'm going to pass the baton on, not to you, but there is a new... there's a new king and an audio gone missing, but there is a new king. Here is a new king of Geelong, Paddy Dangerfield. What a star. Come on, Paddy. There's the throne. There is the new king of Geelong. Cameron Ling's not going to be happy with this because he is the king of Geelong. And my prize possession back in those days were drink cards to the Lyric nightclub.
Oh, no.
There's 2 drink cards there, the Lyric. You don't drink, give them to old Fatty over there. But well done, Paddy. He is the star. And I want to ask him, Jim.
Let's go.
How are you going with all the pressure? Because membership has gone through the roof. They were talking finals, didn't make finals last year, and you're the star attraction. How are you going with it all, mate?
It's been a bit different, but in many respects it's been quite similar to, I suppose, the madness that happened throughout Adelaide last season with the conjecture around my contract situation. So I've sort of tried to keep my head down and bum up and just focus on what I can control, which is my training and my influence around the footy club, and the rest of it will take care of itself.
Danger. Your mob finished 10th last year and were seen by a lot of people as going the wrong way. You've arrived.
Yep.
You're now premiership favourites or equal with the Hawks, and you're going to win the Brownlow. One bloke.
It's hard to describe to fans, but one person doesn't change a football club. Hawthorn have experienced the success they have, not just on Luke Hodge, but on their entire playing list. So while there's, great reason for optimism at Geelong this year, there's been other recruits, not just myself, and there's some returning players, some injury. It's going to take the entire collective for us to be successful this year.
Nice answer. What are you loving it down there? And what did you do today? Just tell the people. This is how much you're loving it.
Today was a good day, Bill. I woke up rather late. We had the day off, so
That's a good day for me.
I sent Dad
Waking up.
I sent Dad a text message, and we ended up fishing all morning, and then cruised on here in the afternoon.
Went out fishing all day with his dad. That is fantastic, Foss. Do you like that?
Oh, jeez. Fishing.
Yes.
Come on.
You've been down to Moggs Creek.
Do you know where it is?
No, I don't know.
You've been to Lawn?
I've been to Lawn, Bill.
It's on the way to Lawn.
You've probably driven through it then, Sam.
I probably have, but I've not noticed it. Is it a bustling, thriving sort of
Not really.
fishing village on the cut into where the 12 are
There it is.
It's a gypsy settlement.
That's a
What is
block
it?
of land at Moggs Creek.
Look, Sam. That's probably only worth 7 figures. So
Is that after the redevelopment? Is that Moggs Creek?
that is a block in Moggs Creek. Yes, I drive past it every morning.
How big a place is it, Danger? How many actual houses are in Moggs Creek?
There'd probably be a couple of hundred homes. And basically...
Any of them bigger than yours?
Yeah, plenty bigger than mine.
Is there a pub?
No pub. This is the Aries Inlet pub. So that's 3 minutes away, so...
So you actually live at Moggs Creek?
Yes, Sam, believe it or not, there are houses there with
I know
running water and electricity. It's like an Amish setup, basically.
They've recruited a hayseed. Why don't you live in Geelong?
Well, Geelong's a beautiful place, but there's nothing quite like the Surf Coast.
There you go. 80 people live in Moggs Creek and there's 13 Dangerfields there, and they all live together. It's a cult.
Why don't you go down? Why don't you take Sam down for a tour one day?
Well, you've been down, Croft. What did you think?
I thought it was lovely, but you should take him down on your boat.
A tour?
show
How
him
long
around.
would that take?
Well, not long.
Well, Sam, you love driving.
Yeah.
We all hear about this. Well, the Great Ocean Road. There's no
Yeah,
better
I
road
know
in
the
the world
Great
than
Ocean.
that.
Yeah, well, I know that, mate.
Why don't you
Will
go
you drive
down with
my
him
front
one
Why
day?
don't you shut up for a minute?
Well, why don't you come down?
Yeah.
To Moggs Creek?
To Moggs Creek.
And do what? Do what? You're right.
Fish.
Well,
Fish.
If you let me, I'll take the Lambo for a spin, and I'll let you ride my board for a couple of waves.
I'll tell you what, Danger, your teammates in Adelaide, well, former teammates, are having a bit of fun. Scotty Thompson, have a look here. Down the beach, puts a big crab in the back of his teammate's pants. And have a look at the size of it. Have you ever had crabs that size, Sam? Have a look at it. It is massive. Have you?
Look at this. That is fantastic.
Oh, that's not good. That is... What's going on, Danger? It's changed since you've left.
Believe it or not, Scotty Thompson actually wears that attire just out normally to training. Like, that's what he wears, Speedos, that's it.
Fishing down at Moggs Creek.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you and I would go out fishing at Moggs Creek, would we?
Yep, I'll take you out. My boat isn't quite as nice as yours.
No, I
It's a
believe
bit more
that.
blue collar.
Don't have as many passengers either.
Take your boat down.
They launched the hang gliding from there too, don't they?
Yeah, launch the
Maybe
hang
you should
glide.
have a go at that.
Yeah.
We'll get you down there, Force. Don't worry about that. Hey, we noticed in the press, and this is very serious, by the way, Tom Hawkins married his beautiful, long-standing bride, Emma.
Emma.
And they had a wonderful wedding. Since that day... Yeah, well, exactly.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah.
Since that day, Bill...
Yes.
Emma's car, as I understand it, was stolen.
It was.
And in her car was her magnificent wedding dress, which she still doesn't have back.
No, that's right. So we're putting out a call to get it back, are we?
All points bulletin. If you've stolen a bloody car and you've got a wedding dress in it, hand the thing back. Look at the magnificent young
And the
lady.
car too.
Well, she probably could do with the car as well. So if you find the dress, please hand it back. Whereas on the other hand, if you find this suit, for Christ's sake, hang on.
Whoa.
Hodgie,
What was the dress doing in the car?
I don't know.
Apparently,
Hodgie, when did you wear that?
apparently that was fashion back in the day, so I think that was about 05.
Was it?
Yeah.
Shiny silver with black piping.
Yes, it was from Sam & Co, which I got this nice suit, so it's definitely improved since then.
Hodgie, actually, you both played in the international rules over there in Ireland. That was very good, and everyone took their wives and girlfriends and partners. Here's a photo here. Look at that. Everyone there, Ruff and Robert Murphy and Rui Revolt, they're all there, but who's that on the end? That's you, Licky Hodge, but
Yeah.
who'd you take with you?
I had my beautiful partner there as well. No, that was my younger brother, bigger brother Dylan.
It's bigger brother. So you've taken your brother Dylan.
Yeah, my wife was heavily pregnant then, so she wasn't able to fly. So Dylan got the call up and really enjoyed the trip.
And so is Dylan. Dylan's pregnant too. So have a look at him.
He's watching,
leave
Bill.
him
We don't
alone.
need to be mean to Dylan. He's a very good young man.
No, he's not.
Hey, we need to get to our first break. Force, you're going to Moggs Creek. You'll enjoy that.
Yes.
We are going to a break. This is a massive footy show. John Worsfold still to come with plenty more, so stick around.
Tonight on the Footy Show, all the news of the week comes hurtling down the straight in the Footy Show Stakes. Taxi! We cross live to downtown Melbourne to catch up with young gun Jesse Hogan. Kapow! Has coaching Essendon taken the whoosher out of Worsfold? We'll find out from the man himself.
A win is always fun.
Plenty more fun to come, Woosher, when Sam loosens the straps on the mailbag. Last week, the Poochers got a pasting in the Best in Footy show. Tonight, find out which player's dog is on the way to a bone low. And there may be an election on the cards, but Sam's rant will make us all vote one for the Force. And that's tonight on the Footy show.
Absolutely love it, of course. Well done to Luke Jackson, otherwise known as Two Dogs, for putting those magnificent packages together. Fantastic. Hey, Hodgie, we should ask you about your finger. Damien Barrett, first show, said you've got an issue with it that would cost normal players about 10 weeks of a season to get it right, but you're playing without any surgery. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, I've had an issue with the finger for a number of years, but it hasn't been too special. We did go and see if someone could amputate it, but we couldn't find anyone to do it.
Well,
So,
stand by, Lukey boy. Look who we've got here. Dr. Sam.
My doctor left these with me after he circumcised me.
Really? Really?
He bequeathed
Did he?
them to me.
Yeah.
No, mate, I can whip it off. Is this not this one injury away from...
if I retired because of a pinky, Sam, I'd be pretty disappointed. So, look, everyone gets finger issues occasionally in football, so it's nothing special.
Not heading down the Daniel Chick path?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so.
There's
not
Daniel there, look. He got an amputate.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. Yeah, no, definitely not. I'm happy with the
So you've had it,
with how the fingers are.
had
at
it
the
for a
moment.
while. Why, when the season ended...
Had my fingers for a while. Yeah, I've had them for.
Since he was born.
Yeah.
Yes. Shut up, Podge. Why, when you'd finished celebrating the grand final win, why didn't you go and have it attended to then?
Because I heard it in the pre-season, but it was only had to get it braced, and that was about it. So as you can see, it's no problems at all. I've played 2 NAB Cups with it. And
40
no
love.
issue.
You're not winning anything
Not,
here,
not
Foster.
40 love, you're off the court.
Oh, you said you had it for a while.
Yeah, I've had a couple operations over the last 7 years, so it hasn't been a huge issue at all.
All right, let's get the footy
Jim,
started.
well,
Can I, just before you start, I need to send an apology to the AFL because I thought I got the 208 Premiership Cup. I've got, if you look here, 2016.
Oh, no.
So I just need, on behalf of the Footy Show, I would like to make an apology to the AFL. It hasn't gone missing. It's not stolen. No, this is the 2016 Premiership Cup. As a matter of fact, I'm out of here. No, I won't. So I'm sorry. I will get someone to take it back immediately.
Well, all
I
of
had
these
the wrong
clubs
one.
are after that piece of silverware. Let's take a look at the first game tomorrow night. MCG, 7:20 start, by the way. The Tigers and the Blues. And Richmond have got plenty to play for. Don't worry about that. They've got some outs too. Big players not playing. Ivan Maric, one of them, so Hampson comes in. So they are undermanned in this big season opener at the G. Let's take a look at the Blues, who have got a very young side coming in, including Jacob Wiedering, the #1 draft pick. We cannot wait to see him. Lots of fresh faces in the Blues lineup. And, of course, Brendan Bolton, also the coach for the first time. We wish him well. But just to repeat, 7:20 start tomorrow, slightly earlier. The Thursday night starts, so make sure you get there. I think plenty of entertainment before the game starts. So enjoy this big one at the MCG. Shane?
Richmond, a few injuries, but that shouldn't worry them. They've got good depth. They're a good team, and I think... you know, they'll get across the Blues. As long as the Blues are competitive, they have a crack, and I think a new game style under Brendan Bolton, as long as it's not a one-sided affair, I think the Tigers by about 20 points.
Yeah, I agree that I think Richmond are going to be too strong, but I like the way that Carlton are going. I think there was a thing on TV the other day with the Carlton journey and just going through the... Bolts was teaching them all about teamwork, playing together, and we played them in the first game in NAB Cup, and they were playing as a team. Their defensive system was strong, a lot stronger than what they were last year. So I reckon they're on the way up, but Tigers are going to be too strong this game.
Yeah, similar thoughts. I think Carlton have shown some really good signs throughout the pre-season. I think the additions of Sam Kerridge and Matty Wright from Adelaide, they've played some pretty good footy in the pre-season, but Richmond, even with the players they don't have playing, will be too strong.
Blather, blather, words, blather. Jim.
Yep.
Bill, Fat. You've got to pick sides on where they finished last year and what form they're in, because you've got nothing else to go on. Don't worry about all this nonsense that's been going on beforehand. They're on the way up. They've recruited well. The test comes, and Richmond will be the favourites by far because Carlton were hopeless last year. Until they prove they're not, like any other side this year, it's Richmond will win.
See? Yep.
course, I think they will too. Jack Rebolt is on fire. He's fit. He'll kick a lot of goals. And good luck to Daniel Rioli, Jim, who is the cousin of Cyril, and he's playing his first game. But I've got some fat stats here.
What does that mean?
Well, they're my stats, and they're very good. They're a bit left of centre.
Right.
Simon White, Ed Curnow, Clem Smith and Bryce Gibbs are the only players out of the 46-man squad there at Carlton without the letter A in their name. Did you know that, Foss?
Not really, no, Bill. It's not a thing that I've spent the summer researching.
No,
but
well, I
didn't
have.
know that.
Are you
And I
planning
have.
to run with them the whole year? Or?
Fat stats. Hashtag fat stats.
Wowee. That is interesting. The AFL has spoken down.
No, it's not.
They've spoken about a countdown clock, and the Blues have introduced their own. Have a look. There it is. Only 22 rounds
on,
to go.
Shane.
Hang in there, Blues. It'll be okay.
Come on, Shane.
Is that legit?
No.
Is that? No, it's not.
Can't be. Hey, we need to get out to a very, very talented young man. He is a rising star of our competition, make no mistake about that. He's out at the Adidas store in Melbourne, and he is in very, very good form, as is his club, 3-0 in the NAB Challenge. Jesse Hogan, I think you're out there joining us. Jess, welcome.
Jesse.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, we're going beautifully. As are you at the Demons. Nice and healthy list and 3 wins from 3 matches in the NAB Challenge. It must be a nice buzz about the place.
Yeah, obviously having the young list that we have, and we know we're not quite in Hodges' position where you can sort of just play your seconds in the NAB Cup. But no, it's nice for us to have some wins, but hopefully you can carry that form into the season proper this week.
Hey, can I ask you why there's so much talk around your contract? You're contracted to the end of 2017, so that's 2 years from now. Why is there so much speculation about this?
Oh, I could not tell you. Us, the media just love to pump it up. I would have thought that about 95% of AFL players would have less than 2 years to run on their contract, but for some reason mine has to be a big deal. But yeah, I'm just trying to block it out and do my own thing.
Jesse, a few weeks ago there was a lot of talk about your goal kicking. I think you're a wonderful kick. You just had a bad weekend. Have you been working on it?
Not so much working on it. Obviously, just so I can clarify, I wasn't trying to have a go at Swart. It was kind of a bit of a banter, and then the media turned it into a nice little, like a bit of a rivalry thing. But no, I'm just trying to do the same thing, and I've always been told as long as my last 5 steps are accurate, then the rest doesn't really matter. So yeah, I won't be changing anytime soon.
I wouldn't worry about the goal kicking. I'm worried about your hands, Jesse. We've got some vision here. You're going for a mark, slip through the hands. Have a look at your hand. Look at your hands. What's going on? Have a look at this.
Yeah.
You're just staring at your hands. Hang on, we've got another one for you, Jess, coming up. You drop a mark in the goal square here. And again, wait for it. What's going on? Look at reading his lips. He's not happy with his hands, Jim. What's going on there, Jess?
Yeah, I can't actually see what you're showing, but I'm pretty sure I'm aware of what you're showing. It was just, to be honest, it was a bit of carry on. I saw the footage and I was just cringing at it. I couldn't believe I actually carried on like that in a NAB Cup game. But yeah, no more of that, hopefully. Hopefully they can be a bit more sticky this week and I can hold them.
All right, stick around, Jess, because we want to have a look at your club. Round 1, a winnable game for you too at the MCG. Bill, what do you got?
Oh, Melbourne and the Giants, MCG, 140. And let's have a look at the sides here. Of course, the Melbourne side there. They're all there, including Jesse Hogan, of course, the skateboard kid there. Nate Jones, an unbelievable captain there. Tom McDonald, they're all there, still looking. Just a squad, we know that's just a squad. Brayshaw there on the bench, be interesting to see if he's playing. And a nice little squad there. Of course, they didn't lose over pre-season. Take on the mighty Giants. And again, the squad is up there. Big Peyton. Stevie J is there. Stephen Johnson, oh, be happy. He's kicked a few goals. He's been good. Pat Full, they're all there. Big Mummy, he's so important for the Giants, of course, Jimmy. This will be an interesting game. Very, very interesting game indeed, Foss.
If you say so, Bill. Yep.
I know there's a very important piece of football memorabilia history you're going to get to in just a sec, Force. But before we do, quick thoughts on this one, Shane?
I think it'll be a close game. I'm picking GWS just because their skill level will be a bit better.
Hodgie?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'll go GWS. Just with blokes like Griffin, Mumford, Ward and Stevie J up there, I think it's going to be too strong.
Danger?
I think Melbourne have had a really good pre-season, but I think one of the real success stories this season is going to be GWS and their emerging midfield. I think they're one of the best spreading midfields in the competition, and if you're not ready for them, they're going to catch teams unaware this year.
All right, Jess, we know you're down at the Adidas store here in the city, and Sam also got wind of this, and you know how enamoured he is with you anyway. So on the back of that, Sam's brought it. What have you brought in?
Well, I've brought in some boots that I wore. I was presented with these boots by Addy Dassler himself.
The legend.
These are the boots
Yes.
I used to wear when I played 300 games in those boots. And Ted Whitten, the late Ted Whitten, and Addy Dassler gave me those boots, and they were from Adidas.
Everyone wears white boots now. How many people back then had white boots on?
Me and Phil Carman and I.
Yes.
So Adidas gave me those. Now I know this hashtag stuff. I reckon I helped put white boots and coloured boots on the map.
Yes.
I'm not taking a photo of hashtag and saying, oh look, I'm going for coffee. Here are some boots in the background with Adidas on them.
Yep.
Why doesn't Adidas just send me a whole truckload of stuff? No, because I deserve it. I deserve it. They're
Put
my
them on the
boots.
map?
Put them on the map. I don't think they were anything until they gave me those boots.
When you earn $2 million a year, you should go and buy your own.
Well, but that's the point of that. That was my point last week, Shane, of people taking photographs and wanting to get jumpers and golf clubs.
You've got all the money in the world. Go and spend a bit of it.
I tell you what. I know Jimmy Tansey will be watching, by the way,
Yes,
from
he will.
Adidas. So,
Hey,
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
you better bring some stuff
Come
in
on.
to help us.
Something,
Charge
man.
him double, Jimmy.
Something.
We got Jesse down there. Hey, Jess, is it true that you caught up with Wayne Carey over the summer and you spoke with him for 2 hours, and then when he left you thought, who was that bloke?
No, actually, I'm not sure if you actually even know that I did catch up with him or if that was just the one line he had. But I did actually catch up with him, not this year, the year before round one. With he's really good mates with Goody, obviously. They played together and played a lot of good footy. And no, I was quite surprised. He's obviously not surprised, but I was, his knowledge of the modern game is unbelievable. And it was good to have him to talk to and rebound a few things off before round one because I was obviously pretty nervous. So, yeah, obviously, it was an awesome contact to have. And I've still got his contact on my phone. I can call him whenever I want. Well, I hope.
Hey, Jess, what is happening down there? Is it the launch of something, the opening? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's down at the Adidas store. It's been closed for the past 2 months, so it's just opened up tonight. We've had a bit of a launch, and a few of the big dog athletes came down, and I somehow got the invite as well. So I've just been down mingling with a few people and a few of the other players, and I've got quite a few things down here. They got the Hawthorn Premiership trophies down here, so if anyone wants to come down and have a look, obviously, I'm giving Hawthorn a bit of a pump up there, but no, it's very impressive. I was over there looking before, and Cyril signed a few boots, and then, it's just a great store.
Yeah, and mention me to them down there. Incidentally, we finished
Yeah,
with...
thank you, Jess.
When you're finished, I want to say something.
Hey, Jess, you are a rising superstar
Yep.
of the competition. We love having you on the Footy Show. Whenever you want to wander in, just let us know. But good luck. Saturday, a massive day for your footy club. Some really winnable games at the start of the year. We wish you well with the Demons. Thanks for joining us on the Footy Show.
It was remiss of me.
Yes.
This collection here
Yes.
is from Legy, from LA Smash Repairs in Collingwood. He has a shrine, Bill,
He has.
to Geelong, as good as Bobby Gartland's down in Geelong.
Geelong, yes. indeed.
He has a shrine to Geelong. So if you don't even want your car fixed, go down and have a look at a shrine to Geelong if you're a Geelong fan in Cromwell Street, Collingwood. He has got more stuff in there from everyone that's ever played the game. It's fantastic. And he lent it. I gave that to him, and he lent it back to us for the night.
You gave
Very
it to
nicely
him.
done.
I did.
Well, we are heading to a break because, against our better judgment, we're allowing Sam to have his
the
time
rant.
at the lectern again. I don't know if you've seen this, Danger.
Come on.
It is dangerous television. That's what it is. So that is coming up next. We've got the Footy Show Stakes. We've got John Worsfold, the coach of the Essendon Footy Club. Stay with us on the Footy Show.
The Footy Show Stakes.
Final horses coming into the gates now. Already in the stalls is Jesse Hogan, beside his dad, the Hulk. Starting further back behind the barrier is Daniel Ricciardo. He's on the grid just in front of Madonna. Stewart still waiting for her to make an appearance. Racing. Out first, Chris Scott riding on the back of Paddy Dangerfield. We're sure to see a lot of it this carnival. Behind him, Benny Gale on I Want a Boutique Stadium. Closely followed by Eddie Maguire. No, I Want Corner Boutique Stadium. Here's Arnie Schwarzenegger. Good to see the old stayer back in town, closing the gap now on Eddie and Benny and terminating the discussion. Entering the back straight, Jesse Hogan on Have a Look at This drop kick. Trailing the rest is Chris Yarran on pre-season Porky. Holy dolly, Brendan Goddard on reject is in serious trouble, folks. 200 to go, Benny Gale moving up on fresh idea with Darryl Braithwaite in tow. Yep, I've heard enough of that song too. Into the final turn now. Madonna is finally starting to show a bit, folks, but is it all too late? It's Madonna, it's Benny, it's Hulk Hogan on sex tape lawsuit. Hulk Hogan wins it by Claude Arm pixelated head.
Very good. Probably need to have a look at those, don't we? We're very cleverly done. Now, time on the Footy Show.
Oh, yes.
Maybe for the last time.
No, what?
Look, Sam's
don't cut me off.
Rant. Here it is.
Do you ever wonder...
Hang on, we've got to start you with the
Give us some passion.
Shut
we
up.
need some passion.
Listen, Corky,
Come
Get
on,
him
you put
started.
us to sleep. Passion.
do you ever wonder how things succeed in spite of themselves? Congratulations to Melbourne for putting on a great Formula One race, but little help from the people who actually organise it. Do you ever wonder why 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of the cars in the world run on batteries, and we're trying to run a Formula One race with battery-operated cars? Why do you think they fly that jet over the top of the track? Noise! That's what people want. We don't want battery-operated cars. Next year, I want the plane to fly over on batteries. Just a battery-operated jet. That'd be fantastic. And secondly, you pay $1,000 to go for 4 days. Don't ring the bell. You pay $1,000 to go for 4 days, and you sit on Saturday. The only thing worth watching is qualifying, and some convoluted news system means that for 3 minutes before the end, there's no cars on the track. Who thought that up? And they changed the rule the very next day. And finally, if each team spends $100 million on building a car, would you think we could have more than 2 of them competitive? And the only car that was competitive was Ferrari, and they have a fantastic history of snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory because they are inept and hopeless. Think of the fans, and we put a crash on. No one was hurt, so it was fantastic. No thanks to the people who run the thing from overseas.
All right. I actually went down to the Grand Prix, courtesy of High Sense, and it was brilliant. I loved it.
So, Jim, don't you love the noise? Didn't you love the noise?
I love the noise.
Before, it's no noise
as
now.
much as
they now magnify the cars so they make a noise. What are we trying to save the planet by saying we're on the cutting edge of making cars that run on batteries? Why? Might as well get Leonardo DiCaprio to run the thing.
I'm not sure, but you can have your input into Sam's rant by the poll that we put up every time.
What about the jet?
I love the jet.
Well, why? Because it frightens the crap out of you when it goes over, but the cars come out, they're like lawnmowers.
AFL Footy Show, you can have your say on whether you agree with Sam or not as we get back into the footy danger. This game, massive in Sydney.
Yeah, it certainly is, and bearing in mind... Bearing in mind, these are only squads initially, but it certainly shapes as one of the real interesting contests for round one. Obviously, Sydney will be looking to bounce back after an indifferent season last year, and Collingwood missing the final. So will be interesting to see how Travis Scott plays this season after being omitted from the Collingwood leadership group.
Treloar is massive for that footy club, Hodgie. They've spent a lot of money and a lot of, I guess, future picks and things like that to get in there. What impact's he going to have?
I think he's going to be good. This person's got a bit of speed. They've obviously had Swanee and Pendlebury who have taken a lot of shoulder work over the last few years, but to get Treloar in there, who is a quality player, is going to be there for a number of years for him.
And Buddy, your old mate?
Buddy looks fit. He looks good. Looks like he's back enjoying himself. He played all 3 NAB Cup games for Sydney. I think he played the most minutes on the ground for Sydney Swans. I think it was 102 minutes in the last NAB Cup game. So he's looked like he's trimmed down a bit. He's enjoying himself. And it's something a lot of defenders are going to be very, very worried about when they come up against the Swans this year.
Shane?
I like Collingwood as a team. I think they're certainly heading in the right direction. I think they're all starting to play real good team football. Although, I think in Sydney, they were injured during the final, so I'm expecting Pride to get them across the line. So the Swans in a close one.
Samuel?
Yes, I'm backing Collingwood this week. I think after playing them round one of the NAB, they were a pretty impressive outfit, and I think they're in for a good season.
You wouldn't be backing them, you'd be just picking them.
Just picking them for this week.
Based on the fact that they were better than Collingwood last year, and until Collingwood proved they're better, we're tipping the Swans, and nice to see Buddy's back from his anxiety or whatever he had.
It is nice.
Whatever he had.
I got a fat stat. Now, this is a good one, and this is why Eddie and Collingwood blew up.
Right.
Collingwood here we go, Collingwood have won 77% of their games at ANZ Stadium.
Yeah, they have.
77?
Yep.
At the SCG, only 35%.
Ooh.
So, and it's at the SCG, so that tells me Sydney will win.
Mind you, that's no good at all, ANZ Stadium, and it's a very good thing, Bill, that we're never playing AFL football there again. Hey, Sportsbet, Footy's back for another year, of course, and so are our great friends at Sportsbet. Place a head-to-head bet on any game rounds 1 to 8, and your team lead at any break but go on to lose the game. Sportsbet will give you cash back up to $50. Oh. That's the cold, hard stuff, Willis.
Yes.
Into your Sportsbet account if your team lose after leading at any change. In round 1 last year, this happened 5 times, by the way, including the Tigers-Blues opener. So if you want to get involved, download the app today, and please always remember to gamble responsibly. All right, time to find out what's happening in the world of football with the best news breaker in the game, Daylight Second. Please welcome Damien Barrett, everybody.
Thank you, Jim. Start tonight with Gold Coast Footy Club, and the Gold Coast Footy Club does have a massive fight on its hands to retain its star player Dion Prestia. And while every Victorian-based club has made inquiries about his future, Jim, it's actually Richmond and Hawthorn which are front-running for him at the moment. The Tigers, as we know, have missed out on big-name players in Treloar, Shield, Bennell, Hartlett in recent years, and they are now targeting this out-of-contract Suns player. Prestia himself won't be addressing his own future until the bye period of the Suns season. His manager, Marty Pask, hopes then to get an answer out of him as to what he wants to do in 2017 and beyond. But it's fair to say if the Suns aren't winning regularly to that point of the season, he will follow out of the club the big-name players of Dixon and Bennell of last year.
Illicit drugs remain a big topic in footy, Damien?
It does, Jim, and fresh evidence has emerged this week just how widespread this problem has become. We've been told that one club was made aware over the summer period that 3 of its players had tested positive to illicit drugs in off-season hair testing. But this is the alarming bit. There was an official from that club, and when he was made aware that he did have 3 players on his books that had tested positive, he was told by the AFL that, this is a quote, that's at the very low end of this particular issue when compared with other off-season hair tests at other clubs. So if 3 positives at one club is considered a good outcome, we can get a feel for the overall practice that's going on out there in the system at the moment, and it also explains why the AFL refuses to release any sorts of figures relating to its drugs programs at the moment. Jim, Bernie Vince, so successful has his 2 years at Melbourne Football Club been that he's already effectively reached the trigger points to take him all the way through until the end of next season. So what the Demons have done, ripped up his old contract, given him a new one. It's on good money. They love what he's brought to the place by way of morale and also form, given his best and fairest of last season. Daniel Rich, another player, Brisbane Lions player, who's also signing a good, fresh new deal. 5 years to stay a Lion. There were offers from all around the country for him. He's staying as a Lion. And just before I go, Dane Beams, Daniel Rich's teammate, flew to Melbourne today to see the leading knee specialist in the country, Julian Fowler. He's still got issues with tendonitis. The two believe that it's under control, but at this stage, as we speak tonight, he's still expected to miss the opening 4 games of the season.
All right, Damo, thanks very much for that. Thank Damien Barrett, everybody.
Now, Jim, speaking of news, thank you, Damo, did a wonderful job, and Jim, you're doing a wonderful job. Wikipedia had a look at Paddy Dangerfield, and this is legit.
Yes.
Have a look at this. He previously played for the Adelaide Football Club from 2008 to 2015. His fiancée, who forced him to move to Geelong and threatened to leave him if he didn't, now keeps his testicles in a jar on her bedside table in a vinegar mixture. That is legit, and is it true?
Yes. Yes, that's true. Yeah. I think my wife confirmed it on Twitter as well. It's not beside the bedside. It's in the living room.
Wouldn't be the
whoever
first
put that
footballer
together
to
was
have
an
that
Adelaide
happen to him,
supporter.
Shane?
What?
Have
in
the
the jar?
better half control things?
Have you ever put yours in a jar of vinegar, Foss? Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, because the coach of the Essendon Footy Club, John Worsfold, is here, and we need to get to him next. So stay with us on the Footy Show. Welcome back to the Footy Show. Thanks to Nissan, of course, our great friends, Home Timber and Hardware, go where the tradies go. And sportsbet.com.au, download the app today. Speaking of Nissan, been great friends of ours for a long time, Nissan, and they, of course, have a tipping competition up and running where you can win an NP300 Navara, which is extraordinary. Take a look at it.
Thanks to Nissan, our top tipster at the end of the season will win an NP300 Navara. That's over 50k worth of tough Nissan motor vehicle. There are also 4 runner-up prizes of flights, accommodation and tickets to the grand final footy show. Plus weekly prizes of $500 cash to be won. Head to wideworldofsports.com.au/tipping for full T's and C's and to get your tips in now.
Very much, Nissan, great people. Speaking of great people, this is one of the modern greats of the game. Twice a premiership captain for the West Coast Eagles. He then took over that club as a coach and coached them to a flag, and he is now taking on the role of the senior coach at the Essendon Football Club. Please make John Worsfold welcome on the Footy Show. Hey, welcome. How are we tracking? There'd be lots of people who would have looked at the unbelievable legacy you had in football. You left on a great note, having done all those things that West Coast I just spoke about, and they'd be saying to themselves, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
What would you answer them?
Well, I love the game. I love the involvement in the game, love the people in the game, and it is my passion. You know, I've had a couple of years out of it and really missed all the action of being involved in the industry, but at club level, that's what I really love doing.
All right, so the obvious follow-up to that is, had you known when you took the job on that what happened was going to happen, would you have still taken it on?
Yeah, I think I would have, yeah. You know, it's a tough situation, and it's been tough for the club, the fans, and been tough for the game for a long time. But we need the Essendon Footy Club to be a strong club and a strong part of the competition, and I'm really keen to be part of the future and the rebuild, and to get us as a club back to you know, being seen as a really respected part of the competition and to be a successful club again.
How hard has it been since the players learnt that they're a year out of football, which is when most players only get to play 3 or 4 seasons of football for their entire career, so to miss a whole one is extraordinary. How hard has it been for you, a relative, I guess, outsider coming in, to keep the mojo up, to keep the momentum in the place ticking?
Yeah, well, that's been challenging at different levels. It's been you know, tough to see the impact on not only the 12 current Essendon players that have been suspended, but the other guys that were part of that. That had moved on from the footy club. It's really impacted them as well, and we acknowledge that. And then the guys that are still at the club to build this year really rocked them as well. You know, it feels like they've lost potentially a year of their career as well, but they've refocused. You know, we've had some awesome names that we've been able to add to our list for this year. They've been brilliant with what they've brought to the club. And we feel like we're a footy team again, and we're ready for the season. We're really focusing on being a unified group and playing as well as we can.
All right, Woosha, last one from me, because I know the boys have all got questions. These affected players, we've already seen Dyson Heppel at the start of this week and what he said about feeling let down by the club back in 2012. If one of the players comes to you and says, and he's absolutely a required player, but comes to you and says, it's taken too much toll on me, I just don't feel like I can play here anymore, I think I need to go somewhere else. Do you stand in their way? Or do you, with empathy, say, you know what, you've earned the right to go and play your footy somewhere else?
I would definitely take into account what that player feels. I don't think you're ever going to get the best out of someone if they're not passionate about where they are and the role they're going to play. So that's what we would be aiming for. But there's rules within the game that would have to be used to facilitate any movement of any players. But yeah, look, our aim is to, and my aim would be to have all 12 back at the footy club. that may not be, you've got to make changes to your list every year, and that may not be the best strategic move, but as a show of support for those guys, we would love to have them all back and give them the opportunity to have at least another year at the club.
Could I just ask you again, I heard what you said. When you accepted the job, you knew that the players weren't going to be there, they were banned, did you? Or...
No, I didn't know that, no. But I knew that was a possibility.
And you decided to take the job even though you didn't know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you would have taken it whether you'd known or not?
Yeah, I would have, yeah.
So if in a, you know my stance on the Essendon thing, I've no loyalty to Essendon at all. I'm yet, as I sit here, to know, I know what they've been accused of, what they have done wrong. Yet to know, you can give me any description you like, but as yet nothing has been proven that they've done anything wrong. And if corruption hasn't gone through the 4 tiers of the organisations, that's AWADA, ASADA, the AFL and the government, if corruption hasn't gone right through those organisations, I reckon they'll in the end be exonerated. Yeah. So if in an enormous display of opportunism, players are now thinking of suing the club, not because they've lost their playing rights, but because of what's gone on there. If a player sued the club and then was out of suspension next year, would you have him back?
I would, yeah, I would. If the player was still passionate about playing for the footy club. So obviously we all have our rights, and
even though he's taken legal action against them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've really weighed that up, and we would let the players play out their rights. But if that player, regardless of that, was still passionate about playing for the club, then I would love to have him part of it.
Now, John, this has nothing to do with you, so please don't take offence to this, but you know you're going to fail this year. You're probably not going to win a game. Is that unfair to say that?
I think they're going to win a game.
No,
you think they're going to win a game?
A lot of people are saying they won't.
No, I'm sorry. I would think if you've lost 25% of your players, you wouldn't win a game. Best players. You don't accept that, obviously. I know it's hard for you to say we're not going to win a game because of the Essendon faithful, but, mate, you'd be staggered if you won a game, surely.
Yeah, there's a couple of things there. One is we're going to absolutely aim to win games of footy.
Mate, I'm not trying to be...
No, that's fine.
I'm not trying to be...
No, I know you're not saying, but you also... You started by saying we're absolutely going to fail this year.
Oh, no, but just not to win a game, mate.
Fail to win a game. I disagree with that, but also agree we can make massive steps forward as a footy club.
That's a given.
So that's our focus. We've got some hugely exciting talent on our list. We've got some great guys that have been champions of the game already at other clubs that I'm really enjoying listening to them and looking at them go about their job. So there's a lot of areas that we're really aiming to say that we're on the right track to get back to where we want to get to.
No, that's fair enough.
Massive amount of work to do, but we're all up for it.
We'll get to the teams very shortly, Whoosh, but I want to ask you, you're a premiership coach. Are you going to go down these sort of training techniques or methods here that you use? Blindfolded here. Here's Embley and Chick punching on. So you've got all the players blindfolded while they train. Have a look at this one here. The next one is a beauty as they punch on there. Chad Fletcher here, blindfolded. Had no idea the fence is there and bang! Whoosher, what's going on there, mate?
I've got no idea.
You were the coach.
I've pulled the blindfolds out at Essendon, but they've refused to whack them on, which is good. They're making their own calls, these players now.
Good.
So, very good.
We're going to have a look at the teams. You're taking on the Gold Coast, John. Good luck with all that. And we're going to have a look at the Gold Coast team. It's a huge year for them. They're going to really show that they're going to be around the mark. Good to see Gary Ablett back in. We love the very best playing him. We're looking forward to him having a wonderful year. And it's a real moving year for them. They really need to climb that ladder. And the Mighty Bombers, can they win a couple of games for the season? I think they can. Good luck to them. It's a great learning year for a lot of the young kids to come in and get some experience, play on some good players, and no doubt will hold them in good stead moving forward. And Zaharakis, I reckon, will have a wonderful year through the midfield, which should be good. What do you reckon, Hodgie?
Yeah, Gold Coast were hit with a lot of injuries last year, so hopefully they can keep majority of their list on the field. And Bombers, obviously, with their top-up, it's going to be very tough for them, but good luck to a couple of former teammates in Sam Grimley and Joffy Simpkin, who look like they're going all right while they've been at Essendon.
I think it's going to be a difficult season for Essendon. I think Gold Coast really need to get their big-name midfielders back playing. O'Meara, Prestia, to name a few. But I think Tom Lynch is a real barometer for the Gold Coast. If he's up and firing, then they could be a really damaging side this season.
Samuel?
I just want you to, I know I'm not trying to be impudent by saying what I said. You might have tremendous success.
Building, Bush.
If you win a game this year, that will be... And the only person who will be more annoyed is my son over there. He's a very keen Essendon supporter, and he will... I'll have to deal with him after. He'll probably belt me.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
I don't think you'll win this week or next week, and I don't think you'll win a game for the year. Logically, how could they?
No, there is no doubt they'll win more than one game. You look
Is
at
there?
top-up players
What
they've
will you
actually
do?
brought
Fantastic.
in.
What
will you do if they win?
Well, I'll
Sam?
tell you what, I'm going out to the march. There's a march. Remember, Brendan's
next
got
week. We'll get to
I'll
that
be
in a
out
sec.
there. I'll be
You will.
marching from the Bombers
It's a
club.
very proud club force. And
Oh, I'm with the mate. You know how much I'm behind them. But if you lose 25, you'll be a genius if you get them over the line in any
Sam,
game.
you need to be very, very careful because John is one of the hardest players going around.
Yes.
We've got some wonderful footage here.
Look at
him.
oh.
He just comes flying in and he doesn't pick off the small fish like myself. He picks up the big ones. There's Buddha Hocking going down. Dermot Brereton, one of the toughest. Bang!
Bang!
Take that! Hey, not too happy with that, John Worsfold. Take that. Look at that for courage. No wonder they won some
Poor old
premierships.
Modra.
And here we go. Dale Kickers. Bang!
Madman.
He's out for a week. And Glenn Archer, the shin boulder of the century.
Whoosh,
That's
huh?
who's coaching the Bombers. So I would be saying they'll win every game if they play like their coach. Look at that. That is hard. That is tough. That's what's needed.
Well done, Bush.
We should have put the blindfold on him when he was trying to watch that, because that's mate. That is tough.
Maybe if you win a game, Sam can stand there with the blindfold on and you can just charge at him and take it.
I hope you win plenty of games.
Hey, Whoosh, is it true, that last one with Glenn Archer, is it true out on the ground, as he was trying to get up, he was saying to you, I'm going to get you, and you said to him, yeah, you might, but I don't reckon it's going to be today.
Is that true, Whoosh?
Is that true?
No, I don't know about that.
You know what we have got, mate? We've got some great old vision of you here. Have a look at this. In a hotel room, you and Suma. It's like you've just had a matinee. What's going on there, Whoosh? And then, as a chemist, of course, when you're the captain there, and a bit of thymosin, what is it? Bit of joking, bit of Viagra there, and look at you. A smiling chemist there. Butter wouldn't have melted in your mouth, would you?
No, they were the good old days, Bill.
Wasn't it great when the game was played like that, mate? And just fantastic,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
they're a little bit distant memories, Sam,
Distant
but the
memories.
game's in good shape.
Hey, don't worry about the Essendon Footy Club. Throughout everything that's happened, they've increased their membership, they've increased their corporate support, they've done unbelievably well, and they'll be good. Don't worry about that. And what about this? This is the second round clash against Melbourne next Saturday afternoon at the MCG. A fan walk, which you'll be involved in.
I'll be there, I'll
From
be leading it.
Fred Square to the G, ceremony involving some of the greats of the club. Welcoming the current players as they take to the arena. So get down to the G and show your support. This is for round 2. It starts at Fed Square. I imagine, Whoosh, on the club website will have all the details.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to stand up and support the club. You know, the members and supporters have been brilliant, and you know, we're on the way back. We're on the way up, and this is a good opportunity to really come together and get it started.
Well, we appreciate you coming in and being so candid with us. It's a mighty job you've got, but you're dead right. The whole competition needs Essendon strong, and with you at the helm, they're every chance to get there. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a break. I know that there's lots still to come, so don't go anywhere.
Still to come, we scrape the letters off the bottom of the mailbag. All the barking madness of Best in Footy show, plus the scariest Q&A in television. What the boss? Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
All right, what about this? The return of the Sunday Footy show. 24th straight year. Nathan Jones, Dan Hanbury, Drew Petrie, Ryan Crowley. Massive round one. Sunday, 11:30am, the Sunday Footy Show. Absolute must over the Easter weekend. The boys ready to go, and of course, Footy Classified's back. Your only destination. Breaking news, controversial views, strong opinions, strongly expressed, hottest topics by the best in the business. Don't miss it. Monday night, Sam Mitchell is going to be there. Speaking of stars, from the Hawks. And while we're talking to stars from the Hawks, that's what this man is, and he's got a big, big game Saturday night. Eddie had pump it up, Hodgie.
Yes, Jim, we've got your boys, North Melbourne versus the Adelaide Crows. As you see, North's squad there at the moment, they're coming off 2 prelim finals. They've got a quality list, but what I think is impressive this year is they've found a bit of speed. They've got Daniel Wells from 3 years, the last couple of years, has come back, and he's looking fit, he's looking fresh, he looks like he's dropped a few kilos. And also to help with the pace outside, they've got Jen Anderson across from Hawthorn. But North are going to be a very dangerous team this year. And over to Adelaide, Don Pike's got probably the biggest job in football, trying to find someone to replace the King. They've got Danger leaving there is probably the biggest out from any side this year. They've got a couple of young blokes in the 2 brothers in the Crouchers who may be able to step up, but that is a big hole for Adelaide, and that's probably what they're going to be focusing mostly on this year.
Winner for you, Shane?
I think North Melbourne won't go anywhere until they get rid of their presidents. I think that's very important.
Not far away.
Another year.
Yep.
No, I really like North Melbourne. I reckon they can nearly go all the way this year. I really do. If they can keep the older guys together. So I'm thinking North Melbourne in a close game.
Did you give us a winner, Hodgie?
I think North Melbourne.
Danger?
I think it shapes as a battle of the big men, Goldstein v Jacobs, 2 of the best in the game. I think Sammy Jacobs can get the ascendancy in the midfield, and I think Adelaide can win.
Ooh. Boss?
I haven't...
North Melbourne versus Adelaide.
We swung things around because John Worsfold was waiting, so we just...
Flexibility.
North Melbourne versus Adelaide. Who wins?
And you, don't patronise. You said that they will have a good year.
No, I said they'll win more than one game, which they will.
Well, I tell you what, if they win one, I hope it's against North. They will not... They could not possibly win a game.
Right.
And the side that they beat, they may as well close that club down.
Who's winning this game?
What?
North Melbourne or Adelaide?
Well, now, Adelaide, is it?
Yep.
No.
North Melbourne versus Adelaide.
Ah.
Etihad Stadium.
Sunday night.
Well,
just around the
they
corner.
both had very good years last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we'd pick the Kangaroos because it's here.
Yeah.
All right. Bill?
Now, unbelievably, North Melbourne haven't won a round 1 game under Brad Scott.
No, that's true.
And you know that, don't you?
That's true.
So, guess what? They're going to win their first round 1 game Saturday night.
Some fascinating games coming up, of course, this first round, and I like the look of this one. The Doggies and Fremantle over in the West. Absolutely superb last year, the Western Bulldogs. No worries about them playing the right style of footy. People pile through the turnstiles to see this mob. This is, of course, just a squad, but they've got talent everywhere. And this young midfield with Bontempelli leading the way are just going to get better and better. Liberatore back in is massive for them too. What are we going to see from Freo? Finished on top of the ladder last year and then were bundled out in the prelim. Ross Lyon last week talking about how they're going to change the way they play. Still got very, very impressive players on that sheet right there. Sandlands, though, not playing, Shane, we understand.
Not playing. Only a couple of kicks away from playing in a grand final, Freo. And I reckon if they had made the grand final, they would have won. So if you're looking at that and going on Sam's theory, I think Freo will win convincingly.
I think the Doggies are a team that, if you're going to go and pay to watch a game, I reckon Doggies are the team. They're exciting. They're led by Murph down back.
But they got Geelong.
Geelong, sorry, Danger. We got Jake String up there, who's one of the most exciting forwards going around. You look at Freo, they've got some talented forwards in Ballantyne, Walters, as small forwards, but they need help with the big man area. Pavlich has been, I guess, taken on his shoulders too long, and he needs a little bit of help.
So, therefore, the winner
Doggies.
is the Dogs. Danger?
Yeah, I agree with Hodgie. A lot's been said of Liberatore, Bontempelli, McRae, but I think Luke Dalhouse is a real barometer for the Western Bulldogs. And when he plays well and gets out the back of opponents, he's hard to catch. He applies brilliant defensive pressure, but his attacking attributes make him one of the best players in the game.
Also hearing that Super Pav only trained in his runners and it was very light on the track, so
not gonna
query
fly
as to whether he's going to play. Yes, please.
Did I hear you say, Dumpling, did I hear you say that if Fremantle got into the grand final, they would have won? Did you say that?
I'm convinced of that.
No, did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's what I thought. What is it? You've been
Tip.
drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, now, the Bulldogs, I agree with you, Luke. Very exciting side. They were fantastic last year and well coached. Bulldogs are, but Ross
You're going
Lyon-
against your theory, though.
Yep. So, Tip.
Your theory is if you finish higher...
I said, if you are thereabouts, the Bulldogs were in the finals, were they not?
Yes.
Yeah, what about Freo?
They were in the finals, were they not?
For longer.
Right, so Tip.
No. I am saying because it's here, the Bulldogs...
No, it's not. It's at Domain Stadium, so in Perth.
It's over there.
That's why.
What's that say?
No, it's...
Yeah. It's Eddie.
yes, it is.
Oh,
It
it's
is
got
Eddie,
Domain
yeah.
Stadium on my list.
That's why, yeah. It's Eddie.
So you're saying
Lucky
Western
we're
Bulldogs?
taping this.
Yeah.
We'll be able to cut all this out and come back
Quick
and they'll
tip
cut that
is
silly
Western
question I
Bulldogs,
asked John Worsfeld about him failing. They'll cut that out because...
Western
The winner is the Western
the
Bulldogs?
Western is the...
Bill,
Western Bulldogs for me. Too quick, Tim. Too quick.
All right. Time for the Footy Show for Sam's mailbag. Speaking of quick, here we go.
Lenny of the Grammar. The Grammar's, that's the grammar school.
Boy from the
Not
grammar.
that third-tier school you went to, Bill. Sammy. Well, it is Assumption. You went to Assumption.
Yeah, I did. I'm
That
very
is the
proud of
fourth-tier school. There's public schools, then there's good schools, then there's...
Yes.
Sammy, would you ever run for Parliament?
Good one. That is funny.
This is...
It is funny.
This is... Lenny says this. Grade 4 at the school that I went to did a project on you the other day. We surveyed 100 ex-students and asked them what the most surprising thing about you was. Here are the results.
That's it, and I'll read them out for you. The green, he's a believer. The red, he is generous, which he is. The blue, he reads all his mail. And then the orange, he isn't dead. That's the current grammarian.
So you're going to read the smart-ass stuff out, are you?
Making sure.
And then Lenny says...
Yes.
And then Lenny says, and is this you? My teacher says it is.
Yes. Oh, nice.
Is that
There you go with the G banger.
front and back?
It's not you.
Where was that? Port Melbourne? Where were you?
What does that mean?
Oh, he's just
He's got his snag wrapped up.
a bit saggy.
It's cold.
Sunburn.
Letter 2.
What's that mean?
No, it wasn't.
From Selena. I was going to ask you, is that the right pronunciation?
Yes, it
Bill?
is.
Oh, jeez. Of Brighton. Hey, Fossil, I have a friend who knows one of your exes. No.
Uh-oh.
I should have read this before I...
Yes.
And the word is you have modelled your entire life on James Bond. How up yourself are you? Well, as if I'd do that.
Have a look at this. Nice.
Yeah, that was for an ad campaign.
Was it?
It was for a... mind you, I would need a bit of help like the ageing James now.
Really?
I would, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yep. That's it.
I mean, James Bond.
Yes.
It'll make you Roger Moore.
You sort of get it after a while.
Actually, when I read that, I didn't get that. I get that now. It'll
sort of
make
a little bit later.
make you Roger Moore.
Roger Moore, yeah.
Like three red-headed sailors walking down the footpath with Ginger Rogers.
Oh, no.
Now, my friend.
Yes.
My friend also tells me that when you... Have I gone too far here?
No, you haven't.
I've missed out a line? No. My friend also tells me that when you shop for pants... What? Yes. You refuse to try them on. This is true? Yep. No, this is true. Why is that? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Well, I'll tell you why. Now, everyone knows this except this moron.
Not everyone knows.
Yes, they do. If you want to go in and don't want to try physically take your pants off, whether you're a man or a woman, and try them on, if you do them up like this, they're not mine.
Right.
I'll get my pants here somewhere, just because we're going to test these all. Where are my pants?
Probably should have been the
There
ones
it
on
is,
the
on
top.
top. Yeah, it would have been.
Righto. If you do them up and put them round your waist, put them round your neck,
Right.
like that, and they do up, they just meet That is your waist size. And that
Doesn't matter who you are.
doesn't matter who you are. I went to Las Vegas with Gary Lyon.
Yep.
Hello, Gary. Hope you're watching. And, he got me into these True Religion pants.
Yeah, he
and I
did.
took them off. And then I said, why am I taking them off? I may as well just try this. And I bought a pair of True Religion pants. And I got home and they fitted like a glove.
Well, how does that explain when we went to Abercrombie and Fitch on the same trip and you decided to just drop your trolleys in the middle of the store?
To try them on.
Because I knew they were they were a very low cut.
Were they?
Of Abercrombie and so if you ever want to buy things and you don't know and you don't want to take it, just you try it when you get home. You can try it now if you like. And what size are you?
Danger?
Here's these got his name on them.
Oh, no,
now you
34.
put them around your waist, but around your neck. I'll put them around your neck.
All right, thank
right. Now if they go on, you pull them together.
I haven't been on light and easy like Hodgie, so...
Right, well, they would... So they fit because you gave your size to the wardrobe and they are 34 and that's what they are. And I'm 34, mine fitted.
That's amazing.
The Oompa Loompa here, I don't know... I'm not sure you'd have to let a pair out.
Try it, Oompa.
Personal. Oh, here we go.
Shane,
this is a stitch
put these, look at that. Go on, put these around your neck.
Oh, this is good. Yep, okay. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
What size are they?
Oh, here we go.
No.
Here we are. 42.
Oh, no.
Well, they fitted around your neck.
Right.
They fitted around your neck
That's
perfectly.
not right.
Right, letter number 3.
I'm
Sorry,
40.
sorry, Jim.
Yes, no, very nice, but
That's how you,
fascinating.
that's a tip.
I agree.
It does work.
Right.
That's a tip. Like,
Letter 3, yep.
I'll give you another tip in a minute.
Yes.
No, I'll give you a good
I'll
tip.
give you a tip. You're a flog.
Yep. Letter 3.
Here's a tip. You don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You only need a parachute if you want to do it twice.
That's it.
From Noddy of Lang Lang. Dear Sam, saw you were involved in a sex scandal during the week.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I wasn't. Hogan made $150 million.
He did?
Noddy, after someone circulated an allegedly stolen sex tape of his on the web. That's not bad money, that, Jim.
50 mil?
I tell you what, I got a bureau full of cassettes at home. We used to do them on cassettes in those days. I'll give you the keys to my house and I'll split the proceeds. No, I've never been involved in any of that sort of
Well,
stuff.
not directly.
Never been involved. What? Not directly.
Not
I've never
directly
made a sex tape ever.
But you have had an issue with them in the past?
Oh.
Cross?
Oh.
Well, you have. You have.
No, you know what I'm asking me about?
Talking about the Footscray?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, tell that story. You've got to tell that.
No, this, I promise you, this is true. I can't mention who the person was. I used to do, do you want me to do this?
Yes, do it. Ruck coach.
Do it. I used to do the ruck coaching for Footscray when Mick Malthouse was there. And a friend of mine used to edit the tapes from Channel 7.
Yes.
He used to get them and take the ruck highlights out. And I used to go around to Andrew Purser's house.
Oh, you weren't going to tell his name?
No. Andrew Purser, I can tell it was Andrew Purser.
Right.
I can't tell you who made the tapes.
Oh, I see,
the Footscray
right.
ruckman.
The Footscray ruckman.
There
his
he
wife,
is.
That's him, and his wife Jenny. And Andrew's mother and father were over from Perth for the first time to see him play. I'll just quickly tell you this. I had my arm in plastic because I'd belted someone at a nightclub a couple of weeks earlier. And I had my leg in plastic because I'd...
Run over?
I'd had my ankle operated on, so I got my leg in plaster, my arm in plaster. And I get out to Andrew's house and we put the tape on. It was a VCR tape. And this man who did this taping for me was very active in those days. He turned over a lot of new stuff week in, week out. It was extraordinary, as fast as you could pull them under him.
Yes, we're getting that.
So anyhow, so he had them all on tape. Anyhow, so we do the tapes and there's Andrew hitting the ball out and I'm saying, yes, you could have come in from this side and just position yourself over here. And the tape, I don't know why I'm telling you this, and the tape went blank, the siren went and the 7 logo comes up and the blue, the pixelated half-time thing comes on and the tape comes back on and my friend who had done the tape and 3 other people were
No.
anatomically and
Yes.
mechanically, it wasn't possible to get yourself into the positions that they did. Not a stitch on, and they were doing things
Yes.
even I had never even contemplated
What
doing.
did you do?
Mr. and Mrs. Purser, who Andrew's wife Jenny had just given them a cup of tea, I launched myself off my good leg. I punched the VCR out of the cabinet it was in. I picked myself up, turned around, and Mr. and Mrs. Purser, I promise you this is true, I look back, Mrs. Purser had just put the cup to her lips and she was frozen. She's like this. Jenny said, Jenny said to me, "What are you doing?" So I never saw Jenny, Andrew, Mr. or Mrs. Purser ever again. And I don't know if I was stitched up to this day, but that is my great story about sex tapes. If you ever see Andrew Purser, ask him the day I came round that their parents were there and we saw some stuff that I had never seen, let alone
Hodgie,
them.
any of that ever in a one-on-one at the Hawthorn Footy Club?
No, we've had Monkey take our tape, so hopefully that never comes up on Monkey.
we need to. By the way, Sam's mailbag. If you want to be a part of this, GPO Box 9, Melbourne, Victoria 3001. Sam's got mailbag at 9.com.au and 9now.com.au/AFL Footy Show. Speaking of that, best in footy show. Coming up next, the boys and their dogs. It's the second challenge. Stick around. Great to have your company on the Footy Show. Massive games, of course, round one, but none bigger than Easter Monday, the MCG. Willis, what's going on?
MCG 2020, and it's the Cats taking on the Hawks. There's the Geelong side, some new names there. Henderson, Zach Smith's been very good in the ruck, and Paddy Dangerfield. Whoa, danger, danger, danger. Joel Selwood has been named after playing in the VFL last week, and a very nice side there take on the mighty Hawks, who have won 3 in a row. Can they win 4? Still a very good side here. There's some boys out there, but Sicily there, and a couple of new boys. Blake Hardwick has been named also, and Brandy, or Brand, yeah, just squads, of course, but they've been named there. Still a very good side, of course. The Hawks looking forward to this game. Wayne, what are your thoughts?
Oh, it'll be a ripper. Looking forward to it. I think the mighty Hawks will continue on and have another win. And I'm happy to have a bet with you, Sam. Very happy to have a bet with you on this game.
There's the odds there.
Have a think about that while we've chatted to you boys a lot about how your clubs are tracking, but Danger, this is 80,000 plus, I reckon, for this game, and it's Geelong's home game. Have you played in front of a crowd that big?
No, I haven't. This will be hopefully the highest attendance that I've played in front of, and I'm hoping that by the start of the game that we've got 50,000 Geelong members that have signed up and on the books. Obviously, it's our home game, so we're hoping plenty more actually attend the game, but it's certainly promises to be a great match.
Big legacy, these two, Hodgie. There's not a lot of love lost.
No, it's been a huge history, but there's a lot of respect there. I think if you look what Geelong's done, but obviously the 4 main blokes they've brought in, Henderson, Paddy, Selwood and also Zach Smith, they're all blokes that have had impact at other clubs, and they're going to be very good for Geelong this year, so we've got to be very cautious on Monday.
Tip? Force?
Now, Rodney, if you don't get a kick, I'd scamper. If you don't get, I'd scamper back to Moggy's Creek and I'd stay there. You're sitting on a throne. You've had the world. They think you're the biggest. I'd play up if I was you. But based on my logic, Jim, until someone can take the mantle from Hawthorn, they are the favourites this year.
Bill?
I'll go with the Cats, Jimmy.
Oh, will you?
Yeah. The Cats. For $2.15, I think they were on.
Blow me down, Bill.
On
hey,
Sportsbet.
Go for Geelong?
Yeah.
Please. Hey, it's great to have Mars on board with the Footy Show. They're an old friend of ours, back in yours and Ed's day. Mars, of course, match up and win big with Mars. On the Tuesday, prior to every round of the AFL season, Mars are selecting 4 player versus player matchups and inviting you, to predict the winners. There they are on the screen, as you can see, some good matchups, including
versus Hodge.
Hodge and the Danger. Head to marsmatchups.com.au, pick your favourites for your chance to win. As I said, 5 Mars Sharons. Fat, you've got one of them in your hands just there. And a box of Mars bars each week. Play each week of the season. You'll also have the chance to win the ultimate AFL Grand Final package. That includes tickets, flights and accommodation to the big dance. And Hodgie knows all about that, of course, having played in the last 4. All right, so get stuck into that. Great to have Mars on board. Now, Best in Footy show. This is where we get some of the biggest names in football and their dogs. It happened a few weeks back. It just got better and better. Let's have a look at Challenge 2.
Challenge 2, obedience. Walking the runway without distraction.
Just get it to sit would be a good start, Andrew.
Or even Josh.
Oh, Josh, sorry, yes.
Hands over here. Sit.
Right, sit down there.
Stay. Stay.
And he's got to come to you and not eat any food on the way or any of the rubber chickens.
Come. Hey.
Oh! No good at all. Come on, Gibbo. What are you doing?
Hey.
Gibbo, that is zero obedience.
No.
Oh, yeah. That's having massive effect.
Wait. Come here. Come. Here. Sit down.
Not bad. This might be where he really rises, this tiny little sausage dog. Disdain look on the judge's faces. Oh, no! Already wandered over and started eating. Come on. Showing no obedience at all.
Killer.
Andrew, what a disappointing start.
James, he was tempted pretty early.
Now on to the second bowl. Right. It's eating out of every bowl. This dog's told its owner to get stuffed. All right, hello.
Wait,
hello.
Bert, give him a smack if he doesn't
well
do it.
behaved too.
Wait.
Look at him following that.
Wait.
Come here. Good boy.
Oh, no! No, doors up.
Up. Now.
Oh, it's Croft. This is not fair. You know Chompy chews and the effect it has on Lexi. So bugger off. Come on. This is unfair.
Stay.
Right.
Stay.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you,
This is
Jim.
nice obedience.
Well, she looks very alert.
Thank you, Andrew.
Well done, Andrew.
Yeah. It's this. Lex. What's this? Sit. Sit.
Wait. He's hypnotised.
You're trying to hypnotise the bloke.
Okay, come.
You've got to get him to sit.
Bunny, sit.
That's it.
Stay there.
Nice.
Bunny, sit.
Oh, yes, that's good.
Come here.
Hello.
Come here.
Very good. That's as good as we've seen. You've got a signature trick you brought to the table with Killer?
Shake hands.
Oh, shake hands. Right, here we go. Hey!
Shake. Lie down. Put your head down. Head down. Drop your head. Head down. Down.
Oh, look at that.
Come here. Come. Good boy.
I'm not that confident in him, but he can drop and roll over and then give a high five if all goes well.
Let's see that. Well,
Give a high five.
Sit.
Here we go.
Wait. Drop. Roll over.
Oh!
Good boy.
Rex, here. Sit. Shake. Sit. Lie down. Good girl.
Oh, yeah. God, put the foot in.
Drop. Wait. Wait. And then this one. Pull. Yeah, look at that.
Well, not sure that's as strong a signature trick as we've seen.
Bunny, come here. Sit. Shake. Take a nap. Take a nap.
Oh, good boy. That's very good. That is very good. Wow-wee. Steph, let's see what you're giving Killer. 7. Nice.
Well, I was looking at the obedience side of it.
No. Just being an asshole.
I'll give him an 8.
8.
High five.
I'm giving the dog absolutely nothing, but you, as I called you Andrew, Josh, I'm sorry about that, I'm giving you 9.
Yes.
9.
He's a 9.
Thanks,
Not 8.
I would have got a 10 if you'd let him off the lead and it had gone for the throat of Shane. But I'm giving it an 8 for just...
8.
Yeah.
Very good. You're back in it, PJ.
She was quite focused, so I've given her an 8.
8.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, come here.
And I've given it, whatever it is, an 8 as well.
You've given 8.
I was very impressed by the trick, so I've given him a 5.
5. Righto.
I enjoyed the trick and I gave him 7.
7.
Giving it an 8.
8. Oh. Yeah. 10. The very first perfect score and a standing ovation, if you don't mind. Dane Swan, what about that? Everybody in the audience loving Dane Swan. And Barney. The Best in Footy show after 2 challenges. Have a look, tightening right up. Josh Gibson and Zeus at the top, Dorza, and then down to Dane Swan and Barney. And Tommy Rockcliffe really glad he made the trip down.
From Brisbane. What about Armour too? There's one more challenge to go, Jim.
Yeah, I know.
One
There
more.
is. Thanks to Home Timber and Hardware, of course. Open a trade account, by the way, our great friends, at any of our 260 stores nationally for a great range of everything you need to get in and out, back on site, go where the tradies go. As I say, open up a trade account at any of the 260 stores. Now, we're going to take a break. We've got big games still to come. We've got What the Foss as well, where everyone here gets to ask him a question. He's got no idea what they are. It is must-watch television, so don't go. Almost Football Legends back for 2016, and this is how you get stuck into a GPO box. 9 Melbourne, Victoria 3001. Or you can see the website there to upload your video. The best prizes in football, Willis. Don't worry about that.
Yes,
And
Jim.
if you send in your video, and if it gets to the grand final footy show and wins, you could end up with this.
Thanks to Sportsbet, our weekly winner takes home $1,000 cash, while our runners-up get $500 each. Get involved this AFL season and make it a multi with Sportsbet. Thanks to Home Timber and Hardware, our major winner receives $5,000 in gift cards and a toolbox full of $45,000 in cold hard cash. That's a $50,000 prize. How's that to help you go hard towards the renovation you've always wanted? So to put the hard back into hardware, go where the tradies go. Home Timber and Hardware.
Very nice. As we always say, best prizes in football, bar none. Big games this weekend. Round 1, we can't wait. Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide, St Kilda. Hodgie.
Yes, mate. Port Adelaide obviously had a couple of down years, but looking to get back up. Had a big pick-up this year in Dixon from Brisbane. He's going to help out Schultz, so looking forward to them having another good year this year. Move across to St Kilda. Obviously a young developing team. A massive congratulations to Lee Montagnu, who plays his 250th game, Sean Dempster, his 150th, and Nick Rewalt, 200 games as captain. Well done, guys.
Yes.
Very nice.
Good on you,
Very
Lee.
nice.
Congratulations. I think the Port Adelaide side will win.
Samuel.
I don't know if St Kilda have improved, so we'll go for Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide in Adelaide, Jimmy boy.
All right, we'll keep it rolling, fat stuff, because Domain Stadium on Sunday.
Are you sure?
Yes.
West Coast Eagles take on Brisbane on Sunday, 4:40 Domain Stadium there. There's the West Coast Eagles, who were in the grand final last year. Still a very, very nice side there. Like the look of them. Josh Kennedy, how many will he kick this year? Prentice, Darling. Oh, there's some good players there. Reg, he'll be a good player for him. Take on the Brisbane Lions. And Tommy Rockcliffe will be a big improver this year. Look for him. Steph Martin's been good. Hanley's back, the Irishman, of course. And Josh Shaki, thank you. Yeah. Good luck to him too in his first game and kick some goals there. But you'd think the West Coast Eagles would win this one, Wayne.
Yes, Bill, the West Coast Eagles for me. Hodgie, who do you like?
West Coast, mate.
West Coast?
Yeah, West Coast, very strong over there.
That's 2 games at the Domain Stadium.
No, the other ones that Eddie had.
Yes, remember we worked that out.
We worked that out. We had it wrong on the sheet, but it's Etihad. This game's in Perth.
In Perth. Yeah, okay.
So West Coast for you, Samuel?
Well, if it's in Perth, absolutely.
Hodgie?
Yes, the Hawks have, for all Hawthorn non-members or supporters, the members have already received one, but we've got a bit of a campaign going. Jump on to the Hawthorn website, www.hawthornfc.com.au. Jump on, put in your birth date, and it'll come through a bit of a personalised message of everything that's happened with the Hawthorn Football Club since you were born. So jump on and have a bit of a crack at it. It's not
Beautiful. Hawthornfc.com.au.
Come on, the Hawks.
Now, just a reminder, next week we're back to Thursday night, 8:30, of course, the normal time, and Joel Selwood. Bill, you're going to explode by the end of this month. Nick Revolt, the superstar, and he's zooming in on 300 games. Stevie J coming up against the Cats for the first time. Bill, behave yourself. That's coming up next Thursday, 8:30. But next we do What the Foss, questions to the great man. This is when the questions from the audience, they write them down before they actually get into the auditorium here. Sam has no idea what the question's going to be, and I think, Hodgie, you've got our first one.
This from Sharon Rodriguez.
Where are you, Shaz? Stand up, righto. Stay standing up, Sharon. Good job.
Stand up, Sharon.
Righto, what's the
question? Is, did it hurt when you got ran over? And a follow-up question, why did you get ran over?
Yes.
Ooh. Did it hurt?
My son's mother, who was in the audience, was the driver.
Did it hurt?
I'm sorry about this, Max. No, Max's mother.
Oh, no. Did it hurt is the question.
Did it hurt? Sharon, when you got a spare minute, in the confines of your own driveway, get a loved one to back the family. Get a loved one to back the family sedan over you, and you'll probably notice a bit of a twinge when it does. Particularly if you break your leg in 2 places and your ankle in 3 places. I have to be candid, it did smart.
All right. Well done. Thank you very much for that. Next one, Danger.
This one's from Justin Bancroft.
Where are you, Big J?
There he is.
Righto.
Sammy, what is your biggest regret in life?
Your biggest regret?
Yes.
Is not getting onto the median strip immediately. My son's mother put the car in reverse. I foolishly.
Very well done. On that very, very humorous note, we need to go. But a reminder, 8:30 next Thursday, Joel Selwood, Nick Revolt. Hey, well done, Danger. Good luck. Big season, big game. Well done, Hodgie. Always great to see you. Superstar. Monday. Is this him? Shane, enjoy that.
There he is.
There he is, Maxie.
Big Maxie.
Look at the size of Maxie.
That's right.
Got you covered.
And he doesn't barrack for Geelong.
This is my son, and his mother backed over me.
Yeah, well, no, we did a good awareness of that. Great, always great to see Maxie. Well done, Bill. We'll see you next